Sir,
live
we
right
we
now.
we back, we back.
What's
What's
up with
good?
everybody, man? Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the place to be Wednesday nights, man. We're gonna set the tone in a minute. Let us make sure that we take care of our social media world,
Hey, public.
and we're gonna make our profiles public so
There we
you
go.
guys can engage from these other apps that you're on.
Yeah, like if you're on Facebook and you following your boy, if you comment, we will all see. It's guaranteed.
Yes, that's what we need. We need that energy
You know,
right there. We
talk
need
back
that.
to me. You did.
Make sure I'm editing my privacy right now. Uh huh. We are in there. We are in there with that. We are in there with that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see y'all. I see y'all. I
Yes,
see
sir.
everybody. Uh, Twitter world. What up? What up? What up? Twitch world. What up? Yeah, man. YouTube. What up? Facebook. What's goody?
Right.
Uh.
What up?
See y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all going live too. I see the notifications flying in.
Yeah.
Flying in. All right,
Mhm.
man. We are back. Another episode, man. Vibes and combo where we set the tone over here. You know what I'm saying? So for those that's tuning in and it's gonna see this on a playback,
Right.
let's set the tone right now. Need you to take everything that you're doing and we're gonna take it down a level. All
Uh,
right. You're gonna sit. You're gonna sit down and you're gonna relax. Whether it's your couch, whether it's your bed, wherever you at that's comfortable.
right.
You're gonna get yourself a beverage
What we
of
got?
your choosing. Mine is the water. I'm going H2O all the time. Yeah,
Mine in
man.
space.
You're gonna vibe with us. You're gonna get yourself some headphones. You know what I'm
Oh, I,
saying?
I gotta
You
put
can
my
be
drink
right,
together. Hold on, I gotta put mine
you're
together.
gonna be right here with us.
Right.
What up?
Yeah,
What's up,
What's
y'all?
up with y'all, man?
I,
What's up? What's up,
I
brother
gotta put
Quinn?
my
What's
drink
good?
together, man. It's a process over here.
He getting his vibe all the way set. You know, I am moving and grooving, chilling, you feel me? Just ready to enjoy this night. It's good to see my brothers. It's always good to tap in with y'all on this Wednesday night, get right vibes and convo, you dig?
Yep.
Shout out to
Yep.
everyone who decides to watch and participate, you dig? Shout
Mhm.
out to y'all. And I'm just ready for tonight's topic.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Make sure I
Kurt, where you
Yes,
at?
man, reporting live in sunny California, yay, Los Angeles. Right. That's
In
where I'm
that
at.
spot right there, that's where you at. Key,
That's
where
where
you at? Key, where you at?
man. I'm on the south side of California, you know what I'm saying?
uh,
Okay.
We in the south side, San Diego, California, man.
Yeah.
uh,
A real southeaster over there. Real
Where it's
southeaster.
it's
he real
it's
time.
the fair weather, man. We spoiled by the weather over here.
Most
Huh.
definitely. And your boy sequel out here in Cleveland, Ohio, man, dog, where we getting the worst of the weather elements, man. Bipolar over here, day by day, man.
Man,
But we still
y'all
gonna
show
keep it
some
moving.
love to Timbo and the weather, man, in Cleveland. I feel bad when you said it like that.
Look, that's why I got the like fluffy Adidas on, you know what I'm saying?
You
Get
got
this
the wear.
this is my P. Diddy vibe right here. Well,
I
semi
feel it.
mink Adidas I got on right
I see you. I
here.
see you. You look like you warm. At least you look like you warm, bro.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. It's the only way to be when you're living in Cleveland.
Heck yeah. But this is the International Confederation of what they saying in R&B. Your boy Kurt Quinn, Mr. Get It In times 10.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
forget it. You dig?
Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
yep. Your
Going
boy
on.
sequel for the people in this bad boy. You know what I'm talking
Uh,
about?
Uh huh.
Sequel for the
Huh?
people.
Yes, sir. And we can't forget Mr. On Key, always on key. Don't
Come
ever
on.
get it twisted, y'all.
Never
That is I.
off,
That
Never
is I.
off.
on
Yeah,
key.
yes, sir.
Never off, on
Yes,
key. You see
yes, sir.
me?
Um,
Yes, sir. Topic for tonight, man. This a
Yeah, what we talking
yes,
about?
doozy.
roll.
It's a
We
doozy.
about to roll into that. I want to make sure this hits the screen in the right way, because we stay live with what we do. You know,
Already.
none of this is pre-recorded, so um,
Already.
so
Everything's
we good.
live when you come on here, baby. We all the way live. Feel free to
All the way.
jump in the chat, y'all, man, dog. We got it wide open for y'all. There go the number on the screen, man. Please call in.
Ah, what's that number?
That's
619 363 2330. Vibes and Convo.
Yeah,
Call in.
yeah,
mhm.
that is it right there.
Yeah, and that's the topic right there in your face, y'all. Mainstream music or independent music?
Mm.
Do you like to
Oh,
wait for the big releases from the big record labels, or are you digging in the crates? You know what
what
I'm
Right.
is
saying? Trying to catch stuff before it comes out. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I need some help.
okay?
All right. I have a good idea what mainstream is. You know, the stuff you hear on the radio in constant rotation. Simple enough, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay. But underground, right? What is the underground? What is the definition? Because somebody asked me, I was talking to, matter of fact, I was talking to my brother Carlton today. I was telling him, no, Vibes Con was going down tonight. Woo, woo, woo. He was like, all right, cool. He said, what y'all talking about?
Yeah.
I said, mainstream versus underground. He was like, underground? They got underground R&B? And I said, you're gonna have to call in, Slim. You're gonna have
For
to
sure.
call in with that one.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
So
So
describe
uh,
the underground to so for me and
so
the people.
this is the thing with that, right? Because I like to say now we do. Now we have what you call underground R&B, which that underground word is turned to independent these days.
Ah,
Because you can have an artist that was on major label, built their name, et cetera, leave the label and then go independent, and then they become what you call underground,
I
Ah,
right?
feel it. I feel it.
yeah.
Okay, boom. So
Shout
what we
out
talk
King
about?
Dub. I see
Shout
you in
out
the
to
chat.
Kane Dub. We see you. Um, we dropped the link in there too. I'm gonna check that out. But I'm glad you explained it like that because
Yeah,
underground being synonymous with independent, that's a big piece that I was missing.
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, but both of the words match. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say underground, 9 out of 10, the ones that's on the underground is either independent or working with a smaller company, and you can even say that's indie. You know what I'm saying? Um, an example would be like, um, so in our time we knew about Def Jam, right?
Right.
But
Right.
then but then we also knew about Raucus,
Yeah.
right? And they both companies, but Def Jam was the big company,
Yeah.
Okay.
mainstream, Redman, DMX, LL Cool J.
Okay.
And then they had Island Def Jam, which is a branch off, and they had Drew
True
Hill,
Hill
Music
and
Style, Playa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
right.
Um, now, you know, Ruckus is gone. You know what I'm saying? Def Jam's still here. Ruckus is gone.
Right.
You
Long
know,
gone.
but that circuit of artists that was with Ruckus is still around.
Yeah.
The
Most
Talib,
Def,
Mos
Talib
Def,
Kweli, Black
Skills,
Star.
Black Star, Roots. Who else they had on there, man? They
They
had
had a bunch.
everybody.
They had Pharaoh
Royce the
Monch.
Five,
Yeah.
Munch.
Wait,
Paramount.
wait. Royce
I
the 5'9" was on Raucus?
yeah. One time.
He messed with he was on the Raucous compilations.
You
Yep.
know what? That's
High
That's
tech.
where I first heard
crazy.
him. Matter of fact, that's where I first heard him. was on the
Yep.
Rocket compilation.
That
The
that
Lyrical
make
Lounge, Volume 1.
wow. I have to
Yep.
go back
Yeah,
because I was a fan of Lyricist Lounge. I used to watch the show.
Hmm.
But
yeah.
it makes sense because Royce the 5'9" is that kind of MC even till this day. Shout out to
Yep.
Loaded Lux
Facts.
till this day.
Facts. Also high tech.
High Tech,
Right,
all of
right.
them.
Wow.
You know, Common mess with Rockets a lot.
Yep.
Right.
It's, you know,
Rockets was a force, man. Even though they weren't considered mainstream or the
It
big
was,
label, they
but
were
they
still
would
a
be the
force.
underground ones.
They
yeah,
put a lot of legends that was on that label.
Cool G Rap. They just had a lot of different things going on. But you would call Def Jam the big label, and Rockets was the smaller one. A lot of people didn't catch on to Talib and Most Def and them until later on when they got on to majors.
Yeah.
They went from Rockets and they got on to Geffen and
Yep.
Most Def went over there to what was Most Def on? I forget the label he was on, but they all went to sign with majors, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and then we got to hear them and see them when we got to see everybody else, you know.
Um, I
Interesting.
remember one of my favorite songs was that "Oh No" song
Oh no.
with Pharoah Monch, Nate Dogg,
Yep.
Most Def and Pharaoh said in the hook.
Crazy because uh, on the hook on a Rockets
Yep.
It
song,
was
like
crazy.
that was
Yep.
different. It was
That
different for
boy,
them.
say my
Yep.
name, say my name. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah,
joint. I
Mhm.
was I was definitely one of them kids.
Yep.
yeah. Those are the days, man.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's just a hip hop example, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if we swerve over to R&B, you know, um, R&B, like it was hard to say, hey, there's underground R&B, right?
Yeah.
Because R&B at that time
Was the mainstream.
was the mainstream.
Yeah.
Saying the Mary J. Blige,
It was
and
pop.
this
It was
time
R&B was
this
pop music
talking
basically. It was popular.
Most
right,
definitely.
right. Um, they didn't have a raucous. You know what I
No.
mean?
No.
They they had Uptown.
Yeah.
They had everybody. They
Yeah.
had everybody.
If you were R&B during that period, you were mainstream. Like
Right.
even if you didn't stay that way, you definitely got that look because you were R&B. Just
Look.
because you were R&B,
Yep.
no matter what level you on.
I mean, so check this out. I remember something the first thing I heard that I felt like was an underground R&B type of album. Not even an album, but it was like maybe it was a site I used to listen to music on to get all kind of underground R&B. I first
Uh-huh.
got on to BJ Chicago Kid, the stuff he was writing,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right.
and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" It's a bunch of records he was writing. Like he was making his name as a writer, and I discovered all of this writers just demos basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I felt like. What it felt like I was listening to something underground.
Uh-huh. I
Interesting.
feel you.
Right. Right.
My,
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
from,
saying?
from,
Shout out to Shotty. I think Shotty
And
put me on
now, but now you can say that BJ
yeah.
Chicago Kid. You know, that's underground.
Yeah.
Later on, R&B got his underground. It got, but we call it independent. We call it indie now.
Yeah.
right,
We don't
Yeah.
really call it. You know what I'm saying? The
right,
word underground kind of faded. Now it's like
Hmm.
you either mainstream or you indie. You know,
Exactly.
okay,
so I feel like BJ Chicago Kid was one of them. I remember hearing BJ Chicago Kid early. You know what I'm
right.
saying? With
Exactly.
the mixtapes and all like that.
Yeah.
Him, you know,
From from
uh,
from my
or-
from my perspective,
No.
Underground, doggone as kind of all as far as R&B goes, always been around, but never really been talked about
Hmm.
because you had a lot of like quality R&B artists from like the early late '80s and early '90s that never got that mainstream look past that one single that might have caught, that might
Mm.
have dropped or whatever, but they would never really market it commercially as mainstream or even pop for that matter. But if you were an R&B lover, you still considered them to be great and have great music, and you were still checking for them.
You know
Like
what?
if you were just all about R&B during those periods.
I love this. Hold on. Let me say something real quick.
Go right ahead.
We
Now,
talking about we talking about something like a space for a genre of music that really don't. I mean, it's independent.
Yeah,
But when I think about underground hip hop, I have
yeah,
more texture for it. I
yeah,
think of early Wu Tang. I think of grungy. I think of stuff
yeah.
that's not polished, sound a
Exactly.
little dirt, like everything that's boom bap.
Hmm.
Griselda
Yeah.
still sounds like underground
Mhm.
right.
music
Even even
because
though
of
it's
the
being accepted by the mainstream,
even though they accepting it
And,
because it sounds
like
underground.
exactly.
and they
That's the
also on
funny
Shady
thing,
Records.
Yeah, it's funny how
They're
that
also
comes
on
full
Shady Records.
circle.
They
right?
also got that machine. They got Jimmy Iovine, and
Right.
yeah,
Mhm.
they
But
own a
that
major.
they on a
They're on a
major.
major.
They're not
Yes, they are.
underground per se,
No,
but they
but they
still
definitely
No,
sound like it.
they don't they learned the lesson that Slaughterhouse didn't learn.
right.
They
But
learned
that,
that lesson. They
yeah,
didn't go to the major and start sounding major. They went to the major with what they had.
exactly. And
And they
never switched
just
up.
and that's and it's basically they space now. They the boom
Mhm.
bap niggas.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom,
Feel me?
boom.
I wish
No,
now I was gonna say this for
most
R and
prime.
B.
Go ahead.
For R and B, I wish we heard more. You know what? You know what's underground? If underground had a sound for R and
What's
B,
what's that?
it
What's that?
it be them tiny desk concerts, them live performances. To me, that's what I feel like.
Definitely.
If R and B had an underground scene, it'd be the live scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Like I want to hear like,
Because
and I wish we should. I mean, it'd be dope. Like you know how people used to do underground mixtapes. It'd
yeah,
be super dope if you had an
yeah,
underground R&B tape full of like people doing their records, but the live, like either the performances,
yeah.
kind of like what
Uh,
you got going on, kind of like your raw session stuff. That's like a mixtape to me.
Hmm.
Perfect.
uh,
That's a
right,
kind of like a
right, right,
perfect segue. But because, and I'm saying this because underground should have an edge to it. It shouldn't be polishy,
Yeah.
right?
right, right, right.
Most definitely.
There should be a space just for that, where that's judged based off of that, not
Exactly.
not it's supposed to sound like it had $1 million studio behind it.
Exactly.
I sure enough wasn't saying that when I first heard Kanye West's high school dropout mixtape, and it was sounding. I loved it.
Yeah, exactly. And
It
you
had a
definitely didn't say that on D'Angelo's first album either.
heck no, I loved it.
D'Angelo's first album sounded like he did that in the basement, start to
That
finish.
right. There's something about there's a certain character for that.
Hmm.
I don't. I
Right.
think it. I think it should exist sonically. Everything R&B forever has been big. They got money
Mm,
for an R&B group. That means that this label has money for an R&B group.
Most definitely.
You feel me?
right.
Oh,
It
definitely.
definitely changed for sure. You know, the mainstream was and still is dominant, right?
Right.
Um, but since there's so many resources now, um, for you to be an indie artist, a lot of people kind of make it happen indie now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
Mhm.
get your following, you can get a following before you get a deal now.
Yep.
Like your
True.
following is
True
where
indeed.
people see it,
Right.
where it's record right in
Uh-huh.
front of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um, versus before. So, you know, um, I don't know, man. Like I feel like the indie route now sounds
More.
better what it sounded
Oh yeah.
um 90s. Like people would have looked at you crazy
Yep.
for even
Yep.
especially if you did R&B.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna do that? You
Yep.
know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
to follow up with what Kurt was saying, man, about
Mm.
independent music, you dead on, man. You own something with that. Doggone, even from the tiny desk aspect, doggone, just that alone for people that know what real R&B music is, doggone, the only artists that are real R&B artists, like what, like the label that we put on real R&B artists
Right.
that do tiny desk, the ones that they call R&B nowadays can't do tiny desk
Right.
and have yet to do
Right.
tiny desk
That's
also.
crazy, right? But that's
So that alone is a big telling, is a telling thing also.
right. I mean, even demos, I'll take to really capture the sound that I'm trying to describe or that feeling. I'd even take like like clean demos, something that's not mixed and mastered. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Something that just it
Like in
gives
its
me.
rawest form.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
take that. And if I'm thinking I'm listening to an R&B mixtape,
Yep.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
And,
Right.
I would take that as a
exactly.
consumer. That'd be like, all right,
Mhm.
cool. Because you know what ends up happening? People support that, and that support turns that into an album, and we get a chance to hear them clean.
Exactly. Yep.
And then
Mm.
they be like, and they be like, oh wow, I remember when this song sounded like this, and
Yep.
now it grew to get here. Wow. And I was a part of that journey. It's almost like an opportunity to grow your audience,
Yep.
to have a real starting space for people to follow you from without
Right.
feeling like you being judged on where you're supposed to be before you
Yep.
get there.
Now see that's a testimony to doggone
That's
independence in itself.
that's what I'm saying.
The
Mm.
freedom in it. That's just a testimony to independence because you're allowed, you can do all that stuff.
You just gotta tell that
But
narrative. You gotta set the narrative up because if you
yeah,
don't set it up, people will take it how they want to, and that's
true.
not what you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Know exactly what you're saying. Always got to be wary of that. And mainstream nowadays, in today's market, it's watered down versions of what we know and love as real R&B any of them.
Right.
You
Mm.
feel me? It's just a watered down. It's the watered down R&B is what's
It's less
mainstream
risky.
now. But the real stuff, that's the stuff that's mainly independent
Check this out.
for the most part.
The
I I agree.
you let us hear on the pre-show. We was listening to some songs off of the playlist, right?
Correct.
And you played that Your Mind, that Jasmine Sullivan unreleased from
From
when?
when?
From when?
2000
2000.
what? 2007. What year we
Listen,
in?
2022, son.
And that
Listen,
thing go
listen.
hard.
That stuff that was never released, man. Yo, you got to be kidding me. That's underground.
Ay, 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 ay.
That's crazy.
And,
I'm
and she's singing her face off. I'll go so far as to say it probably would have been the number one song on this album, this current album, if she'd have released it on.
That song was crazy. I listened to that song. I'm
That's
like,
how
yeah.
powerful that song is.
I said, what's going on here? I don't get excited. I get concerned. I'd be like, hey, wait a minute. Why is she singing so great? Stop. Someone has to explain to me why is her effort level so
People gotta
like
throw
what I'm saying?
towels
That's
at
how I
me.
felt. Like you're not doing too much.
Exactly.
You're killing. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Make you want to slap your mama. Come here, Willie.
Man.
Yeah, man. I love that though. But as an example, man, I think we should try to push that narrative. I love the idea of underground R&B music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you really pay attention, we kind of made an attempt at it back in like the early to mid 2000s
Okay.
when you see a lot of R&B artists that were coming up releasing mixtapes, kind of like rappers were
Latif,
prevalent
was he a
doing.
part of that?
Latif was definitely a part of that.
Okay, Bow. Thank you. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
I mean, even Neo hadn't came in the game mainstream, even
Right.
started going back to releasing mixtapes at
So
one
why
time.
we stop that?
Chris Brown, oh man, and some of that stuff they released that
That's
didn't make albums, man. Oh
the
man,
why we stopped the mixtapes.
Why did mixtape stop? Does anyone know?
Social
even
media.
even Music Soul Child had a couple of mixtapes, and they were fire.
Social media stopped the mixtapes.
Okay, explain that to me.
Break that down, Keith.
With social media, we can release music faster.
I love this shit.
Okay.
Um, you know, I can if I want to come out with a song tomorrow, I
Mhm,
can record it tonight right here in the studio, upload it tonight to
mhm,
SoundCloud,
mhm.
and have sent to you,
Mm.
whether it's raw or not.
Yep.
Because the
And,
So
mixtapes was raw, right?
so
and depending on certain markets, it was easy for independent artists to gravitate to that because now it's safer for me to doggone get my hustle on and not worry about getting
Mixtape
robbed.
supposed to be quick. The
Not
mixtape
worry about
quicker, so you have product in your hand
in your hand like
I'm a
and you're able
instantly.
to
Instantly. I
distribute
don't have to
that.
worry about burning these CDs and getting caught with all this money I got on hand.
I'm
And I
saying
don't
this.
have
It made it
the
safer.
DJ.
So
The mixtapes was for the DJs.
that in the
So
DJ, it was for the doggone swap meets
so
also.
let me say this.
Right.
Let's say this. Because I'm really thinking about something here, guys. You got to follow me.
All right, I'm with you. Let's take off into space like his background right now. Come on, take us there.
So let's say you're an independent artist, right?
All right. Independent.
And you are trying to come out, but you ain't got the big budget yet to do the big videos and do all these other things, right?
That's right.
You starting, you're starting,
Yeah,
um, and you start recording, but you like, I gotta wait. Like most artists think, I gotta wait to put this music out. I gotta do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this to put this music out,
yeah,
right?
Right.
I think the idea of that would be a better set of energy would be to put the music out the way it is and call it a mixtape. Because what you're gaining is the ability to put out things quicker and put out more content without thought.
yep.
Right.
And I think because of the era that we're in a fast era. You got to have content, constant content
Yep.
in a way where you're feeding people and people will respect that you keep giving them something
Yep.
more than that you giving them one perfect piece.
Exactly. Perfect example of that currently is her.
Right? Huh?
Perfect example of that currently is her.
Her?
H.
Okay.
E. R. That's exactly what she did. For a
Uh,
long time, you didn't even know what she looked like. She just dropped her first, what she considers her first album
all right.
just last year.
Yep.
She dropped, she had like 3 or 4 projects before that. She called them all mixtapes.
Uh,
The music.
Every picture of her was just a silhouette, and the music was super cold.
hmm.
Super cold.
See, I like
Everything she was
that.
talking
I got to hear her stuff.
Um,
Her stuff.
Ether and all that. That was
about.
all
That's exact. And
mixtape.
so everything you just described, Key, she's the perfect example of that. This is because that's exactly what she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, so like, you know, our definition of a mixtape then was taking other people's beats,
Facts.
recreate a song,
Uh-huh.
yada yada yada, which is
Even
still like
even
another
better, even better,
uh,
making all these cold hot rap beats or hip hop beats and turning them into R&B songs.
that right, right. The mixtape was perceived more of a hip hop thing.
Right.
Now there's some R&B singers that got involved in that. Keisha Cole, Trey Songz, K Michelle. A lot of them got involved
Most
uh,
definitely.
in creating mixtapes
Hmm.
and things of that nature. But that was in a time before the apps, before the social media kicked in,
Yep. Like
before online
full
distribution,
swing.
before the SoundClouds.
Hmm.
Um, YouTube was on its way in, but YouTube wasn't developed yet.
No.
Oh, so hold on. I mean say something before you move too far past it. So if I was looking for independent or underground music, I'd probably go to SoundCloud.
That's
You could
still
go to you could go to any of them,
yep.
right? Um, you
And
just have
SoundCloud's still a go-to. It's still like one of the
yeah,
main
yeah.
go-tos.
You can click the station. If you go to the SoundCloud, when you press play on a song, go to the options and put start station.
Mhm.
What that'll do is it'll circle them songs around, so it'll get you to them independent artists.
Right.
You're like, who is this? Who are these people?
And I
You
say
know,
that because like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, all them other big streaming platforms, they're built around famous artists, right? They are the home of
they
um the bigger artists. Now check this out. SoundCloud is not a place where you go to listen to the new Jay-Z because it's not going to be released there.
right,
You're gonna get it's like maybe a higher percentage of independent artists, i.e. underground
right,
artists.
right, right.
uh,
So I look at it like this too. Spotify, Apple Music, you can go there and press start a station too.
okay.
Start a station on somebody's channel. Go to your favorite big artist channel and start a station.
Right.
Watch what happens. Watch. As songs keep playing, you're gonna be like, "Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this?" Because it's gonna land on some
Yeah,
indie pages,
definitely.
and that's how you discover the new R&B. They just haven't unveiled that to us yet,
Yeah,
but that's how you do it now.
yeah.
Um, as in before when you used to be able to listen to the radio, and the radio is gonna tell you what's new,
Exactly.
play new. Now they don't do that.
Yep. Oh, and I,
Now,
I miss those days too, man, because I was definitely that kid. You had to be in front of that radio and attentive to hear your favorite song get played. And during the tape era, you definitely had those radios that you could record whatever came on the radio. Oh
Heck
my!
yeah.
You had to be dialed in, or you were gonna miss your shot, bro.
oh,
It
you
was a
gonna miss.
whole nother. It was a whole different level of attention span back then, bro.
You was definitely gonna miss. Yeah,
Yes, yes. So if you showed up school next day and you had that song that came on that nobody else had, man,
Timbo was
right there.
mm,
hustling.
dog. Not even so much hustling, man. It was just doggone just being one of the ones to be able to say I heard it first.
He was on the up and up. Now that's
Yep.
ain't nothing changed then. You the same way.
hey,
We see where it came from, the building blocks
hey,
of
Uh,
said behavior.
hey, I've been in love with this thing we call R&B, man, for as long as I can remember, man. As
it's
long as I
crazy.
can remember. Yep. So,
Cra-
elephant in the room. Let's just
Mhm.
let's just cut out all. I think we've pretty much done a good job of establishing the difference between mainstream music and independent music.
Okay, bow.
Now let's just cut right to it. What's your preference? On key, go.
Um, I'm indie. I'm indie. Um, I'm indie because I can hear the freedom in artistry from the indie artist versus the mainstream. I feel like the mainstream is programmed. They have to follow a program. They're going to follow protocol. As much different as the next artist say they are, your raps, your songs, your lyrics
Rapa-ta-ta-pa-ta-ta-pa-ta.
is synced the same. You know what I'm saying? Cut and paste. I call it cut and paste music. Um, and indie, a little more grind, a little more hunger, a little more feeling, more expression. You know, just it's just where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I'm indie.
I bet. I okay, boom. You ain't gonna ask me. I thought I was gonna get the big build up too, Timbo. Dang, I was
All
waiting
right.
for
Oh,
it.
okay. All right. I'm gonna keep it fair. I'm gonna
Um,
keep it fair. Kurt,
give me
the man
mine.
with the word,
Oh,
bruh, independent or mainstream?
I boom bow, plakam tau. Um, I'm gonna say
I like
I'm
that.
pro-
I like that.
I'm
We're gonna fuck with that.
honestly the artists I like are independent. So it's got to be independent. I'm an underground guy. Everybody know one of my favorite artists is Eric Roberson, and
Yep.
Eric Roberson is not a major. You feel me?
Yep.
My other favorite artist is freaking PJ Morton. PJ
Ah,
Morton is on his own record label,
ah.
Morton
Please
Records.
don't walk
You know what I'm
away.
saying? Um,
I
I
love.
mean,
Uh,
yeah. So I'm
oh
a
man.
definitely indie guy.
Yeah,
type of music I like sit there more than the music that be on the radio nowadays.
yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
What about
How
Timbo?
about you? Wait,
Yeah,
and go ahead on.
yeah. Well, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all go ahead and doggone. We want to hear what y'all got to say in the chat. We
Mm.
definitely need for y'all to call in on the subject matter. What's y'all preference out there? You know what I'm saying? Mainstream music or independent music? What are you listening to every day? What are you dialed into? Are they people that's just known in your region,
Mm.
or,
Right.
or is it what you're hearing on the radio all the time? The stuff that everybody knows about.
Right.
Which
Right.
one is it?
That's crazy.
I'm just
That's a
saying.
great
Which
question.
one is it?
It is. Hey,
Indie or mainstream? I know. Now check this out. Mainstream wouldn't be mainstream if everybody wasn't jamming it.
facts.
So I don't want everybody. I'm independent. I'm independent. Nah, I saw you
And-
bumping that Pooh Shiesty. You better knock it off, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it a buck. Um, some people not into that, but mainstream is mainstream because that's what they feel like is gonna make the most money and lead people to the most destruct. I don't know what they. I don't
Mm,
but I
mm.
feel where you're going though, Kurt. Man.
Yeah,
You're right, man.
yeah,
You're
man.
definitely right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mainstream music and independent. You know what, guys? I got to be honest with you both. I'm
Nah,
torn.
we can't do both. We can't do
I'm
both.
torn. Hey, it's
We
got to
can't
be.
do
It
both.
had to be one of us.
Ah, ah,
Can't do both.
he playing devil's advocate, lad. I
Hey,
see what he
hey.
doing.
Can't
Uh,
do both.
but can I at least say my piece? Why I
Please
feel that way? Can I at
break.
least express why I feel that way?
Explain
Right.
yourself, Pam. Go
I
ahead.
mean, I mean, I mean, I don't want to sound like the old salty dude or nothing like that, but I grew up during the great. I was born during the great transition
Okay.
of music, and what was going on at the time was blues. You had jazz music. You had a lot of funk and country that was coming prevalent at the time. And I
Okay.
got a chance to, at an early age, witness the ushering in of rock and roll music. Like, and I don't mean like I don't mean like the foundation of rock and roll music. I had to go back and learn that stuff. But I'm talking about like when rock and roll became mainstream and
Mm.
more commercialized or whatever. I got a chance to watch all that stuff or whatever. And at the same time, I got to see the first video that was ever made be pumped into our brains on TV and be televised all the time. You know what I
Really?
mean?
You,
And everything past that, man. So in the totality of it all, like I've grown to have a love for it.
you
Always.
talking about MTV? You was an MTV kid?
Yeah, I really was. I was an
Me.
MTV kid. That wasn't the
Mm,
only, and that was during the time of video shows. You had a lot of video shows on major networks at the time, like
Right.
TBS.
Son.
TBS had Nick at Night.
See.
That
Oh
was the
yeah.
original Nick at Night
Nick and Knight was
over there.
fire. I was a
That's what I would do on the weekends because I couldn't go nowhere. I was a church kid. Well, nobody let me go
see. I ain't had no.
nowhere.
I ain't had
So
no
all I had
cable.
was the TV.
I ain't had no
But my
cable, so we used to watch the box.
neither did we. But my grandmother's house, I would spend the night with her on weekends, and she had cable.
Boy, you remember box?
Oh, definitely remember the box.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Box is great.
Solid Gold was still going strong at the time.
What's that other one they had? Um, man,
And
too.
plus, on a lot of
You had
dance
to
shows,
you had
they
to have
showed videos also.
Right.
American Bandstand was showing videos, ushering in world premiere
yep,
videos.
it was.
Like videos
Um,
was like everywhere at the time.
it was that one channel where you had to call and request.
That was the box.
That was the box. That was video box.
Okay, yeah,
That's it. That was
Yeah.
a nationwide thing,
They
man.
crazy.
they used to always play when I was a kid. I used to watch it waiting for people to order a video.
Yep.
And that I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yeah.
That's they
Always in
always
there.
played that Jade on.
Always
Mhm.
in there.
I was
Most
like,
definitely.
yo, who is this dude?
But
Yeah.
that's my reasoning for being torn down the middle, man. Because like at the end of the day, good music is good music, whether you're independent or mainstream.
Okay.
True. True indeed.
So that's why I feel torn on this subject matter,
Nobody's
man. I
arguing
really,
that point. We asking you, what do you prefer, Timbo? What do you prefer?
He said both. He
Timbo,
cheating.
he can't
no,
do.
no, 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 no. No, it was a fair question, so I'm gonna answer it like
That's a
Kurt asked me to
polite.
answer
That's a polite. I'm not gonna answer you. Let me see
it.
both.
No, I'm gonna
Hmm.
answer it. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna
I
answer.
know, I know.
I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer. It's independent, man. I can't lie.
Alright.
And
Yeah,
and, it,
the,
and not so
Stop.
much for the reason that one's better than the other.
okay.
It's just the nostalgic aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like being fresh and first on somebody on that come
Mm,
up while they're
Uh,
still hungry, and you can hear that hunger in the music. You know what I'm saying? In addition to all this work that's been putting this stuff with that to make it come out the way it come and it really resonate with you.
right.
You know what I
right.
mean? Like that whole and being with them on that journey. You know what I'm saying? To watch them rise in their artistry and become better over the years and greater over the years. Like it's a wonderful feeling if
Right.
if you
Right.
love it like that. You know what I mean? It really is.
I like that too. I like watching the come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The come.
And it's true to our society, man. Like everybody loves the ride. Everybody loves the ride. Watch the rise.
Right.
Everybody loves that part.
You see, I think the
It's
trick
when
as
you're on top, it get tricky.
the I think the trick as the independent artist that is trying to connect with people that can appreciate their rise.
Mm,
You know what I mean? How can you accurately communicate that I'm gonna come up
yeah.
so that could attract people to say, oh, let me see what this dude's doing. He look like he's moving.
Mm.
Feel me? Like
Right.
Kind of
it's a
kind of like
certain
the
activity.
independent artist staying independent.
Right.
Like
Right.
regardless of the success and everything, like as far as your sound and creativity, you still sound like you independent.
Right.
Yeah. You just
That would
you
that would definitely be a challenge.
a successful
Thank you,
independent
Kurt.
art that you're doing numbers that other independent artists are not doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Without label.
You know who's a perfect example of that?
Oh,
Who that?
Tech Nine.
boom! You dead
Yeah.
on at that. Yeah, man.
Tech
There's
Nine
Tech
is a
Nine.
perfect example. He's an
And there was Too
independent, but
Short and
He's an independent juggernaut. He wrote the book
Too
on
Short, and
independence
then
as
E40
we
had a
know it
time.
today.
yeah,
Man.
Yeah,
yeah,
took the game from E40 because as far as I'm concerned, E40 was that independent from the get go that never got his due.
right.
Like everybody
Master
talked about
first.
P being independent and
Yeah.
what he did with it. And mind you, he got the
Cash
All
game
the
from 40 and just took it up another level
I'm about to
New
say
Orleans.
my whole city. What you mean?
already. But he did though, man, and really put New Orleans on a major,
Hell yeah, freaking
major way. Took it up
Master
to new
P
height. Yep,
to baby and them.
yeah, man. Now it's a lot of people legends of the game. We could definitely attribute the independent game and the mainstream game.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Being true students of this art form that we love so much.
right.
Yep.
It's definitely, definitely.
This
I
is true. This is true. I just
Yep.
like certain music. I think I truly feel like from a musical standpoint, the music that's represented on the mainstream radio is typically not the music that I jam to. You
Facts.
know, it's not that I don't like it. I like it, but I
Mhm.
don't get excited about it. I get excited about other stuff,
Yeah.
and I just can't help it. I know the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. The stuff that everybody's not listening to. I
Right,
feel you.
right. You know, I'm still a fan of vocals. I'm still a fan of certain skill sets and attributes of R&B music, which
Right.
in mainstream music is watered down. Hey, I don't need you to sing that much. The song is catchy enough. That's what I feel
Exactly.
like they're telling them in the studio. Maybe they're
Yep.
not,
Yep.
but
uh
independent artists ain't got that voice in their ear. They get busy.
Yep.
It's like, hey, we're going to be risky tonight,
Yep.
maybe. We're going. That sounds terrible, but I mean,
Yep.
I feel like vocally, that's what they do.
Yeah,
that's what
man. Hey, all I know is I'm riding with Tank doggone. I don't hear people like Blue out here talking about claiming King R&B is like, bro, you don't even
Who?
you have no clue.
who
You have
oh,
no clue of what you're talking about, sir.
I heard Tank got into it with somebody, huh?
Yeah, man, got into it with another artist, one of these young whippersnappers, I like to call
Oh, it's-
them, claiming king of R&B. You know, we know somebody very publicly that did that before. Where is he
yeah,
now?
yeah. My little
Yeah,
Jacquees, little
yeah,
Jacquees.
Wait,
yeah, yeah.
wait. Wait,
Jaquees,
like,
what you said, Jaquees?
excuse me, Timbo.
Hey,
You
I'm
Right.
said
hey, I'm standing on that.
what?
I'm riding with Tank on that. He told the truth, man.
I ain't
Like
see it.
I didn't see this. So what? Wait.
I ain't
Okay.
see
Are you
it.
serious? Y'all didn't see
Nah,
Where,
this?
man.
where I heard a little bit about it, but I
Oh,
didn't
this
see
was
what was going
public, man.
on.
This was public, man. Tank came out in defense of R&B, being the general that he is.
The general. That's funny.
And he
Um,
said, "Hey, look, man," and he put it real politely. He ain't put out no names or nothing. It just so happened the artist by the name of Blue. I'll let you run with which one I'm talking about. Is doggone. He responded like, "Doggone, you just mad because I wouldn't give you that feature, doggone, and you old and washed up anyway." I'm like, "Really, bro?
oh,
Who
he's
you?"
banging though.
Yeah, he went.
Oh,
He
oh,
retaliated in bangership on the general. Like that's not going to end well for you, bro.
I don't even know. I gotta
Like
find
you
it.
can't even perform live for real. Like if there ain't no, like come on, man.
if
Like
we
you can't
can.
perform live with no band and
I'm gonna see if
sound
I can
anywhere
dig
near
that.
like what you sound on the
I'm gonna
track.
see if
Like
I
stop.
can dig that because that's crazy.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, if you could share that, yo,
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
look for it.
Like, can you hold a note past 8 counts? Like, come on, bro. Like, bare
I
minimum.
don't know. I don't know who this is. I'm hearing
Dog,
it out.
I'll let you look it up, man. Dog, I ain't trying to give too much away, man.
He
I
said,
saw.
But I'm
I seen
speaking
him like
facts right now, bro. Like, I'm like, this is crazy right now.
"All
Is
right,
this what the state of music is coming to now?
we look on Instagram, man.
Like, we're all out disrespecting our legends right now, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
And
I
R&B
seen
has always been about the love at its core, so that tells you
I
right there.
Hank posting all his music that he did. And I was
Yeah.
like, where's this coming from?
hmm That's probably why he's doing it in response.
Right.
Yeah. But since that initial headline and story, they've since gone cold going on 2 weeks. I'm surprised that just got by y'all like that.
yeah, man. I missed that.
Because you know, we be on Tank Head over here, man. We box a combo. Like
Yeah,
we
right.
we know who belong in that vocal Bible as we call it.
Did it transpire on Instagram or Twitter?
It transpired on Instagram.
On the Grizzam, huh?
Definitely on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I think it but it definitely was a Twitter back and forth between them two.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Okay. Let me see.
Or you could Google Tank stands up for R&B or Tank's comments on current
Let's
R&B.
add it together. Uh,
Or Tank Twitter beef with, and it'll probably pop right up.
All right,
Uh-huh.
I'm on it. I'm on it. You got me interested.
Yep. Yep. There you
okay.
go. There you go. And that's him in response.
What do
That's
you say
Tank in
right here?
response. In
In
2015. Oh,
2015, I was in the trenches when R&B wasn't trending.
mhm.
God preserve God preserved me so that I would still be a part of the conversation in 2023 R&B money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
See, trying to politely educate the young boy, man, and he's like,
Right.
the young boy just banging on him, man. I'm like, come on, bro. Like that's not what R&B is, man. It's not. It's not that behavior, all that. That's not R&B, bro. It's not what we do. And not
Okay.
to say that he has to do it the way Tank does it, but you definitely need to display some kind of skill set. Like, come on,
Mm,
man.
mm,
Like at bare minimum.
yeah.
And let's face it, Tank is R&B. You're not.
Tank he moved a lot of his posts. So
Oh,
usually when
mm,
it's like that, it's because you took something down that you didn't
yeah,
really stay up there.
that's crazy.
But
Right.
as you can see,
That's crazy.
yeah, he kind of was, yeah, flexing his
Yeah.
stronger, pure.
hmm
You know, SLP was yet another classic
I
R&B
wonder
money.
what Young Blue had to say.
He's
I wonder if
trying.
his post is still up.
Tank is trying to give us an exit. He's trying to give us a farewell.
hmm Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
that's what this is about too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because he is doing his last hurrah this year, as he pronounced, as he put
Yeah.
out there.
Damn.
I hate to see it happen. Do you
What's the
think?
name?
Do
Did
you
he name?
honestly think? Quick
What's the title
segue.
of the album?
I don't know. I don't think he put that out yet. But quick segue. Do you honestly think he's going to take this time off to pursue comedy full time, maybe.
Is that what he said?
At
He
one
said
time,
he
a
said
year or
he's
two back,
still involved music with music.
he said, "What?
He said he's still gonna be involved with music.
Okay, probably just
See,
But
more behind the scenes. Take the LA
yeah,
face route, maybe.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't describe it, but I imagine.
That's probably what he was doing. If he's still gonna be
Yeah,
involved in music, that's probably what he's gonna do.
I think he's still gonna be writing songs and still gonna be. I think
Oh yeah,
he's. I still
oh
think he's gonna be around.
yeah. I think so too. I
Yeah,
think he's doing the Jay Z thing right now,
yeah,
the Jay Z Michael Jordan thing.
okay.
yeah. I think just him as when they say I'm gonna stop dropping albums. I think just you as a recording artist
Yeah, yeah.
is done.
And on top of that, I think he's still gonna tour.
Right.
Like probably get his residency at Vegas, like everybody else is doing right now. Like the veterans anyway.
Right.
So I mean,
Usher, I would love to go to Vegas. I'll see about that.
yeah,
Gotta go
definitely.
check out Usher's show, man.
Yeah, one of y'all got to go for me, man. I'm too far away, but doggone, I hope to go before they
Yeah,
stop it.
I've never seen Usher, man.
Man,
You
me
never
either.
seen you never
I've
seen
never,
Usher live or
in person, nah.
oh, okay.
I've seen Tank a few times.
Yeah, take that motherfucker live.
Yeah, man. I've never seen Usher. I gotta get to Usher, man. Gotta get to Usher.
Definitely, man. We can't front on Usher like he ain't got them slappers, but
Right.
And he ain't
we
got
can't do it.
bangers.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Usher's been there for some pivotal parts in our all of our lives, growing up, becoming young men.
He's definitely an OG.
Oh, definitely, no doubt, no
Right,
doubt.
right.
What are some independent artists you guys are like feeling right now? Like us all being independent guys. Like, what's some stuff that's on the cusp of breaking that people aren't really privy to or might be privy to, but they just haven't gotten that
What is
ha
it?
moment yet.
Uh, Tiana Major 9?
Yeah, okay.
I agree.
Fire.
I agree.
It's hey, overseas, y'all. Hey. Overseas, y'all ain't playing.
Overseas kicking butt right
I
now.
know what's up. I
Actually,
know,
overseas been kicking butt on the low for the past 5 years. But
man. Them boy, look out for them boys, Mike Lowry.
All right. You know what? You put me on all of them. I don't know if I have a
Hey, look out for them boys.
yeah,
If you ain't got on to them, they go come across your screen, man, because they kicking. They kicking right now.
yeah, yeah,
Kicking.
definitely.
I'm running with that. You know, I'm running with them Coast Contra boys.
man.
West
Uh,
West. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? West West.
Right.
Also, for speaking of West, man, doggone, Masego has definitely been showing some consistency, and what he's doing is a very good feel to what we call traditional R&B, and definitely bringing that jazz aspect back.
Right.
Like, it's not a lot of people really bringing that jazz aspect to R&B that was very prevalent at one time, and he's wholeheartedly campaigning for that through his music. Man. So, and he's West Coast. He's definitely West Coast.
Right.
Right.
Shout out to Masego, man. He's super dope.
Masego.
Yep,
I mess with him.
yep. But I'm definitely all over the spectrum, man. Shout out to DC, man. Kevin Ross still on the come up, man. Released his second project, Drive Two, and he's still coming with more in the future.
I guess Kevin Ross is kind of underground, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
He's still on the. I mean, but he's on Motown, right?
Yep, and he's popping on the urban charts, but he ain't really what you call mainstream still yet.
Okay.
Like, he's still putting
Right.
in the work, man. And he's definitely coming with it every chance he gets. You seen him on that Eero remix.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
definitely put his stamp on it, man.
Definitely.
No doubt. So
Definitely.
so I'm just saying, man, like it's plentiful R&B out here, man. If you just know what to look for and what to gravitate to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, let me just do a shameless plug then, since we're talking about underground R&B. Okay. Let
Yes,
me
sir.
just throw it out there. If you haven't heard the Vibes and Convo playlist, there's a bunch
Already.
of underground R&B on there. I ain't gonna hold you. Check
Yes,
us
sir.
out. It's kind of lit.
Yes, it is. No, ain't no kind of about it. It is, it
Yeah,
will be, and it's still standing. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
it's
We
rather lit.
we going on
Carry
three.
on.
We going on damn near 3 years strong talking about this playlist, bro. It ain't done nothing but grow and get better.
Right.
Grow and get better, man.
Wow.
If you ain't on this playlist, y'all missing out. I'm telling you, man. This stuff will get you through your day.
Man,
Just this playlist alone.
I tell you,
Yeah.
killing, 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 killing. I
It's
mean,
it's the
uh,
R&B radio we grew up on, people, man. Get familiar with the playlist. I'm telling
Get hip to
you,
it.
it's a whole
bruh,
vibe.
bruh, 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 bruh.
Yep.
Telling you,
And that's why we talking about it. Hence the vibe and convo. You feel me?
Say get hip to it. It's nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, man.
Um, yeah, man. So let's see. I have some considerations. You know what I mean? If you haven't listened to, let's say some Eric Roberson's albums, check out Eric Roberson. Very dope. That would be my underground suggestion. You feel me? There's some other stuff. I know P Smooth. He was telling us about the group Moonchild. Is that right? Is that the
Yeah,
name of the group?
Uh,
Moonchild.
Moonchild.
If I'm correct,
Um,
they're more of a band, but yeah, they're
the
dope.
band, yeah,
yeah. But
the band.
I mean, it's a lot of and there's a dude up here called Hawthorne. What's his name? Mayor Hawthorne. You ever heard of
Man,
him?
Hawthorne. Oh yeah, definitely, man.
From down the street. I guess he's
Yeah.
from Hawthorne, LA.
I love
But
it.
And and if you aren't privy, Mayor Hawthorne, he's a blues guy
right, which is you know,
and nice with it.
little buble, little
Yeah. No,
little
just more so charismatic with it. You know what I mean? But definitely a creative and definitely has a real strong blues presence. He definitely plays blues guitar like none
right,
Yeah,
right, right.
we got a
other.
couple of minutes left. Y'all got any shout outs?
Well, as usual, can we all say together? Shout out to the
The chat.
chat.
Right, right, right.
All day long, we got to
I was
shout
trying
out
to
the
catch
chat.
him, but I couldn't.
I saw it coming a mile away.
I was
Oh my
trying to
god!
like, I know what you're gonna
Hey,
say, but I
hey!
know when you
Every episode, we always start off shouting out the chat. So I figured we just get that out the way.
Yeah, man.
But real talk, shout out to everybody that's listening, everybody that's going to watch this in the replay of this. Understand, third. I hope we gave you a good aspect of what the separation between mainstream and independent music tonight.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Dog, I thought we was gonna have some callers or whatever. That's all right. We catch y'all next time.
Yeah,
But
nah,
doggone, feel free to doggone comment, like, share, subscribe. Doggone, go ahead. We read our comments all the time.
hell yeah.
So please feel free to doggone chime in. Let us know what you think, what you standing with. You know what I
All right.
mean?
True indeed. Yeah, that's all you know what I mean. That's all I gotta say. Family and friends, you know who it is. All of the Kurt Quinn followers and all that stuff. Holla at y'all. I got something for y'all in the cut. Please believe it. You
Uh-huh.
dig? And I gotta do what it do and shout out the whole soul movement crew. You heard.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
hey, shout out, shout out to the chat, shout out to the people that's following us on all the social medias, man. You know, shout out to the indie artists, man. Shout out to the indie artists out there pushing, grinding, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. But you know, next week we got that special guest.
Mm.
Next week we got that special guest, man.
Oh yeah.
Are we announcing yet? Or
Yeah,
we still gonna make it sweat?
announcing. We
We gonna make it
announce
sweat. We announcing it?
and we
Oh
announcing.
shit! World premiere,
All
premiere,
right.
premiere.
Go ahead, Quinn. Who we got next week, Quinn?
Exclusive.
So next week, next Wednesday, on Vibes and Convo, we will have the very talented, very soulful, super, super gifted uh, vocalist, Mrs. Key Martin.
Woo!
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Where's she from? What group is
Kiki
she?
Martin is actually one of the lead vocalists from the group ISIS.
Yes,
If you
sir.
remember, they had a song Day and Night. Go check it out. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
Most
That's
definitely.
gonna be dope, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
From that city
Oh,
of
we
that
got a vocal specialist
D-boy.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
next week. Next week is going down, man. Stay tuned, man. The next 2 weeks, we got some stuff for y'all, man. It's on. It's on. This is the place you need to be. Pre-show, you know what I'm saying? Next
Most
week,
definitely.
7 p.m. Pacific time. Visor Combo live multi-stream. It's at 8 p.m. Pacific time. This is the place to be. If wherever you're watching us from now, you can watch us on the playback and you can watch us live from the same place, man.
Heck yeah.
Um, hey, this is Visor Combo, man.
Most definitely.
We out. We out. We out. We out.
Yeah, yeah. That R&B pressure, y'all. That's what
Hey,
we coming
hey,
with.
Love, peace. Love, peace, and hair grease.
hey, peace,
You
peace,
heard?
peace, peace.